Welcome to another special event here on the Main Event Broadcasting Network. I'm Timmy, McCormack, Director of Athletic Communications here at Piedmont College. I am joined today by head women's soccer coach Stephen Andrew, talking about the upcoming 2014 Piedmont College women's soccer season. Thanks for joining us here on the Main Event Broadcasting Network today. We appreciate your time.
Thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're stepping off the practice field a little bit, getting used to the girls here in the first 2 weeks of season. What you've brought in, you brought in a ton of newcomers. We'll talk about those in just a few minutes, but before we get there, let's talk about the returning pieces and what you lost from last year. Lost a big senior class, 6 players, and a lot of them were starters throughout the different parts of the field for you. So talk a little bit about what you lost last year and how it's going to affect you coming this year, how you expect to replace it.
We lost a group of 6 seniors, and all of them contributed in different ways throughout last year. The positive thing was our recruit class last year was pretty strong,
right.
So we feel like we have pieces that can step in and help replace those girls straight away.
Right.
It's a lot of pressure on our returners trying to step in and fill the shoes of a senior class that won 2 conference championships in 4 years.
Yeah.
We did lose a couple of, as you always do at D3, lose some pieces through transfer or changing major and stuff, and they are not interested in playing them. So we lost a few pieces that helped us last year, but we're very excited that the freshman class we brought in. We're looking forward to the season starting this weekend.
Yeah, let's talk about different parts of the field and where you lost those pieces as well. Let's start with your favorite part of the field, of course, in the back. The back 4, you lost 3 of the starting back 4, and you're looking to replace 3 of those as well. I mean, you lost a starter in the goal as well, but you have a couple good key pieces returning, like Kelsey Shaffernoff at center back spot for you, and Michaela Gardner has some time in goal as well. Talk a little bit about what you have coming back and how you expect to replace those certain parts in just the defensive side of the ball.
Yeah, we're hoping Michaela can step in straight away and replace Marjorie Hammond, who's the starter last year. Michaela was battling with her and was neck and neck coming into pre-season, and then Michaela had a couple of injuries unfortunately during the first part of the season.
Right.
And we lost Sarah Hill, lost Lindsay Nichols, lost some pieces at the back who played for a couple of years for us. Well, Kelsey's been a 3-year starter for us. We're very happy for her. She gives a lot of confidence back there. We know what we're going to get from her. We've brought in a few defenders defensively. I think they're fighting just now to try and partner Kelsey at centre back.
Right.
So they win the game on Friday. We're still not sure who's going to win that battle.
Right. Yeah, you got a lot of course, battles still up in the air, and that's the way it should be entering the third week here, right before the beginning of your season, which starts, of course, with Hanover on Friday at about 5 o'clock. You're kicking off in the Maryville College Invitational, kicking off the season this year. Up top, you know the big piece you're losing, Laura Goodman from last year. The pieces that you've seen come in this year that kind of look to possibly replace her, and then some returning pieces. Talk a little bit about the attacking side of the ball and what you're expecting to see there.
Yeah, it's really tough to replace Laura. I mean, for 4 years, she was our main attacking threat. She scored goals, getting assists. We're not going to replace with one player, so we brought in 2 or 3 forwards in our recruit class. We're hoping that Savannah Castles, Megan Hatfield can step up and kind of fill a bigger role than they did last year.
Well, a piece of the field that you're really strong in coming back in central midfield. Of course, Milana Healing coming back, and then Shayna Rogers, a couple of older players that are going to be able to play some time for the minutes there. A couple of new players that are kind of making some headway as well in the beginning part of the season. But talk about that part of the field, really, and how strong you've been there.
Well, I think we're pretty strong in central midfield. We lost a couple of girls who played back there last year. But Leilani coming back, Shayna Rogers coming back, and Shayna's a senior, she's been a 4-year starter for us. She's kind of the rock we have in central midfield. She's been great with underclassmen this pre-season. With a couple of surprises in central midfield coming in our freshman class, girls who we thought might take a little bit of time to develop and play in there, but did, for instance, being one in battle, and so there definitely some competition for those returning players.
Right. And only a couple of seniors on this year's roster as well, but key pieces for you, including one of those being Shayna, of course, in central midfield, and of course, Kelsey in the back, and then Nikki Means up top. So a couple of key pieces as well, but just 3 seniors on this roster, which is a rather large roster for you as well coming into the year. Talk about the season opener now, Coach.
Hanover. Yeah.
Receiving votes in the national poll. I believe they won 17 games last year, made the second round of the national tournament. That's quite the way to open the 2014 season. Talk a little bit about that.
Well, we wanted to try and get as tough a competition as we could early on, and as with our travel schedule really tough in conference, so for us we were trying to find a good competitive team first weekend. We got very lucky. Coach Fernandez and Mayor was having a tour first weekend, so we can go there. We can play Hanover from the central region. I think they won 17, 18 games last year. They won their conference. They're picked to win their conference again this year. Don't know a whole lot about them. We know they're good. What we kind of us got there was it's the first game, which we had tons of mistakes. Obviously, no one's really game fit yet, but it's one of those things we've got there. It's a good way to kind of get a gauge on where we're at, and it gives us a great test on what we need to work on going forward. For us to go back and look at the film after that game, and basically with 3 weeks to get prepared for first week conference, we played fair on piece of home, and we use these first 5 or 6 games to get ready for that whole opener conference.
Yeah, and of course, you mentioned conference play, and of course, not taking anything away from looking past the Hanover, which is a big daunting task force in your season opener. But taking a look at the conference, you're picked number one, picked to basically repeat as a conference champion. That's a lot of pressure, number one, and then also, too, a lot of respect really shown to you about the conference, how far your program's come. Talk a little bit about how nice it is to be kind of recognized earlier on in the season.
Yeah, I don't put a whole lot of faith into the pre-season program. A lot of it's based on what we did last year. No one really knows about freshman classes or what's been lost over the summer,
right.
Who shows up back in shape. I mean, it's a nice pat on the back for the team last year. It came through a good break at the end of the season. There was already a target on our back for us being defending champions. Adds a little bit more pressure, but it's no more pressure to put on ourselves.
Right.
Our goal this year is to get back to nationals. As we go day one with our first team meeting, so
right.
We'd like to try and send our senior class out. That would be the third conference championship in 4 years.
Yeah.
So that's the goal this year, and if we don't achieve that, then we'll think it's not a successful season.
Well, we hope you have a successful season. Coach, thanks for taking a few minutes to step away from the field. Talk to us a little bit about the upcoming season. You start August 29th, this coming Friday against Hanover College at 5 p.m. Coach, good luck to you.
Thanks a lot.
You've been watching an interview with head coach Stephen Andrew of the Piedmont College women's soccer team here on the Main Event Broadcasting Network. I'm Tim McCormack, Director of Athletic Communications. Make sure you tune in to the Main Event Broadcasting Network throughout the year, including the home opener, Agnes Scott, on September 11th at 7 p.m.